this is a hard build right here.
What's unit upgrade?
So that is the thing that gives unit skills. It's glitched right now, so I'd avoid getting it right now.
Okay. Uh, oh, I want my priests first, don't I?
Yep.
Ah, shoot. I'm like screwing everything up here. These values are all very different too than what I'm used to. I didn't even think to get a slow tower. Why is one guy getting slowed?
So the auras you see on the ground,
Uh-huh.
blue is slow, white is speed up, and red buffs your tower.
Oh, so you build around those?
Yeah, you want to build to like kind of maximize them because they're pretty powerful.
Got it. You said white is speed up? Alright. Well, that would have been helpful to know. So there's no, like, actual... Okay, there's still frost towers. Yeah, my 15 damage, dude. Alright, so red is damage. Do you want to build on top of... Can I build on top of the damage or just around it?
On top of, like, when you have a tower on there, it'll get a little buff.
Oh, it's just that one turret. Okay.
No, it's all turrets in it.
Oh, it's that whole range. Got it.
Yes. Also, you can upgrade your evos from the start. So if you manage to get a full health footman, you can start the game with an evo, basically.
Okay, nice.
No, a yellow one.
There's a lot of points you got.
Yeah, so winning gives you 2 points, second place is 1 point, and then you get a point for every unit you have alive at the end of the round, and half a point for every kill you get. So the game goes a lot faster in terms of points.
Hold on a second. My friend wants to play League now. Hold on. You cool with switching to League?
Does it have to be right this minute?
No, it doesn't have to be.
I'd like to play one game at least.
Sure. I feel like I already screwed up all my builds though because I didn't recognize the aura part.
Well, I mean, your builder literally has an ability called Sell All Towers.
Oh, 100% of their value? Okay, well that's nice.
Yeah.
Jeez. Good to know. That's a slow area. So this is probably where we want priests to be. So there's no aura towers anymore? I guess there is aura towers still.
There's Aura Towers, yeah. You can stack the slows on top of them.
Oh, that's nice. Still just trying to decide what I want to do here. This is pretty nice, though, I have to say, having the sell all towers function.
Yeah, no, I really pushed to get that finished before I released this.
Because I feel like then you can like adjust mid-game, or if you feel like you just really messed up in the early game, you can fix it. I'm still getting used to these new models, though. Looks like some people are going. Is there no AoE anymore?
It's not a separate tower.
Okay. Well, purple's not happy. The people have spoken. I'm also not a fan of the auras. Sorry, dude.
Okay.
And how do you upgrade? Watson, how do you do the evos?
Upgrade your tents.
Oh, okay. Got it. No, you're gonna crash. That is no bueno. And it automatically upgrades them, or what?
Once you get them full health.
Oh shoot, these auras change around? This is a pain and a half. Yeah, I'm sorry, Watson. I don't like this design at all. Because now my things are inverted. Ugh. Hey, what's up, TJ? Love in the heart. Ice mages, bunch of defenders. What do defenders do? Are they just like armor tanks? I need a frost mage in here. Let's see, I want to do priest here. Weaponsmith here. What's this thing of vitality that I have? Watson, I have like a random thing of vitality.
That's an item. You put it in the evolution upgrades, and
Aye.
when your unit upgrades, it'll give it to them.
What the fuck, Watson? 150
Points to 150. You can give items to evolutions. Thanks, TJ. Hey, good to see you. Do I just put it on the
Yeah.
evolution thing? Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, the building. Watson, how could you do 150 points, dude? How could you do that?
The points are racking up pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, if I didn't have the points that high, the game would be over in like 5 rounds.
Really? You get like 10 points around now?
You can get like 30 points a round.
Whoa! Is that like based off kills or what?
Yes, it is. It's
I
based off
see.
of you get half a point for every kill you get, and 1 point for every unit that survives the end of the round.
Oh, wow. So if you have a super good army of like, let's just say you're pro and everyone else is bad, you get to spellbreakers and fire mages or something really quick and everyone
Yeah,
else
you will have
sucks.
like 10 rounds.
Yeah, 150 points. You could very easily get 30 plus points.
Yeah, Watson is crushing me now. I got second though. Woo!
Yeah, I got 30 something points that round.
Jeez.
Or no, 20, upper 20s.
Yeah, I think you got 25 exactly. I think you were at exactly 55 and now you're at 80.
A lot of people not liking the auras though.
Shoot,
Makes me a
I wasn't
little
able
sad.
to build in time. Yeah. The
What's
auras are
what's
tough.
new about the auras? Oh, the
So-
random placement of them, yeah.
Well, it's not even the random placement. I don't think that they like. I just think they don't. It doesn't add value that they're looking for.
Well, yeah, I will admit that Commanders never felt like a game where RNG was necessarily such a big factor, but those auras instantly make you feel like RNG is crippling you.
Yep.
So I can see how a lot of people who liked Commanders would feel like that's not a welcome change.
Yeah,
I could see that new players might think that it's interesting, but your old fan base, yeah, would probably feel like that's not what they played Commanders for.
Agreed. I'm probably just gonna turn it into a game mode in that case.
Which is actually a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Making
No,
things that
Watson,
are
I don't want to
options
fight
instead
you.
of.
Dude, you got some insane damages.
If you can ever make something in your game an option instead of just straight up either it is or it isn't in the game, it's pretty much guaranteed to improve your player base. No one can ever complain that somebody has the option of doing something. Because if you can just turn it off, then you don't have to worry about it, and other people can still have their fun.
That being said, I really like the auras. I think they're fun. I like having to rebuild my base and plan how I'm gonna build around them.
That's you, though.
You resell for 100%?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, then yeah,
It
I
would.
can see how for a lot of people that would be a fun. I literally watched Witty the other day was playing an Element TD. No, that was today, this morning. He's playing the new Element TD, Element TD 2.0, which is like its standalone version. And he was just every single during the wave between each income timer, he would be buying and selling his towers to get more income on the income timer. For some people, like super mega tryharding like that is super fun. They really like that. And I mean, he didn't even seem like he was really trying that hard. It was just like he's just casually doing it and enjoying it. So for some people, that's definitely like a factor that they'll enjoy. I just don't know how much of the Warcraft 3 like community is part of that.
Yeah, the Warcraft 3 community just isn't as tryhardy.
No.
Just something
Like
to
if they are tryhardy, it's tryhardy about their one game. Like they picked Dota, or they picked Survival Chaos, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else is just like a casual side objective to them, just to have fun when they're bored of whatever they were doing.
Well, the income feels amazing at the very least.
Yep.
You know, I'm glad that of all the streams of mine that you've at least came by and said hi, DKraem, I'm finally catching one of yours. I can return the favor from him.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I've been tuning into you for a while. Yeah, I just haven't said anything.
Oh, you lurk sometimes? That's
Yeah.
cool, dude.
Yeah.
I do that a lot, actually. I do that. The person I do that to the most too is Sakin.
Yeah.
I'll join his streams and just watch him macmate for like hours without saying anything. Just sitting there, just like, oh yeah, those trees look nice, dude. I'm like, I should say more, but I don't know. It's like usually I guess he streams so late, I'm already so tired.
Totally. Watson's just like wiping the floor with us. But I guess that's to be expected. Aura tower. I find it interesting that you made it AoE too. Just like everything's AoE all of a sudden. I'm not sure how I feel about
They're
that.
single target / splash. So, yeah, it's because the AoE towers versus single target towers thing was always like pretty hard to balance, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
And what they gave you as playstyles, I didn't feel like was aiding the gameplay of the game. Because, like, the benefit of going AoE was that you got all 10 evolutions, and single target you only ever really dealt with 2. So it was like, I'm I'm supporting this playstyle difference that kind of detracts from, I think, what's the real fun point of the game, which is the evolutions and how you build your army.
Sure, sure. Like, I like the fact, too, that you can get evolutions so early. I love that the pace is so far increased compared to what it was.
The pacing definitely needed to be changed, and I think if I do make the auras a more optional thing, that this version would probably be a whole lot more popular.
Mm-hmm.
That, or people just don't like the auras because they're not used to it yet. I'm not really sure which it is.
Sure.
I think a lot of Commander's TD is the pacing. I always felt that Commander's TD was slow. So the more that you can do to make it feel less slow and still have all the same elements, the more like popular your game will be, in my opinion.
I kind of agree.
Because I mean, people will gladly sit in a 60-minute game if it doesn't feel like it's 60 minutes. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It does, it does.
I think a lot of it has to do with it being a TD. There's a lot of downtime, especially, you know, when you're first making the units and you're sending them through wave, you're auto-targeting your towers, or manually targeting them, I mean. All that good stuff. That helps make each wave a little less downtimey. I think it'd be nice, Watson, if you added some kind of mini game, maybe. Very, very small,
That's what
if
the
it's
auras
even
are.
possible. Well, I was thinking for while the units are fighting, you know, sometimes you're waiting for that wild magic. It's not entirely engaging because you're like, oh, his unit's eventually going to win. It just needs a minute or whatever. If there was some super tiny mini game I could play, you know, like even something as dumb as use your little archer in the corner to kill the little frogs or something. You know, there's just a tiny little counter that says how many frogs you killed. Something just to like kind of like do. I don't know if it'd be great addition or not, but it's like a small idea to help with downtime.
Maybe.
I personally really like the changes with the evolution are so helpful.
I definitely do like how sped up the evolutions are.
Yep, it just
Like
game
Watson
is
even
so
said,
much
the evolutions
faster.
are the key part of the game.
Yeah.
And while it's definitely nice to build up to them and kind of like work towards it, I think by like wave 3 or 4, maybe 5 is about where you should at least start getting close to the idea of evolving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the change of that aura spot though, like totally screwed up my whole build. I know that's the point, but I don't like the idea of having to rebuild over and over.
Yeah, as a new player, that's a very, very like daunting task to be like, I worked so hard just to figure out what I even wanted to put here based on where that aura was in the first place. Now I have to try really hard again to work around these new auras.
Not even as
So
a new
while
player, I just like as an old player, I feel like that my focus should be on adapting my maze and my evolutions to how my opponents are playing, not my placement of my towers.
yeah, I feel like what Watson is kind of doing is like that right there is like that's what already like the big pros like Drew and him are already so good at that they don't even care about anymore. So to add an extra layer of difficulty for themselves being so good, they like the idea of also having to move their maze and have to update their tactics. It adds more like for them to be thinking about. It adds more like excitement for them. But for those of
Yeah.
us who are having a hard enough time just figuring out what our opponents are doing and what even are good counters, because we're not fully versed in the game,
Sure.
it's a little bit more daunting. It's a bit more of a difficult task because you're just trying to figure out what even is good. How much should I upgrade this priest, or should I have multiple priests?
Mhm.
You know, like
Yeah,
there's so
you're
many
actually
questions to
fully
ask.
correct on that one.
I don't
And
know.
I
I feel like
totally
with
love
the
what you did, Watson. It's just
and I
it's
feel like with the
definitely more
pacing
for you and Drew.
increase too, like increasing the speed of the pacing, that should be enough, in my opinion, of a change.
I feel like this
that
game needs
that the
difficulties.
that the pros can can adapt enough that there's not as much time to build. That I just just the change in pace enough, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna shift the auras to be a game mode.
Yeah, I think it's great for you and Drew, who are quick enough and well, you know, I mean, you guys test the map all the time together and stuff. You guys know what you're doing. So for you, it's definitely an exciting addition, and I understand that. For those of us who just play it casually with you guys from time to time and just are kind of picking it up and learning it, getting it together as you release new versions and stuff, the auras are a very challenging addition. And
Well,
challenge is definitely fun.
I wanted a tournament mode, and I think I'm gonna work on that then.
A tournament mode, huh?
Yeah, because I do want to do a tournament, and I feel like this is one of those things that would really allow for tournament style play.
I would love to see like a version of this where your army is, you know, you build them and they, instead of immediately going to the middle and all fighting each other, there's very like specific 1v1s, and then
Yeah,
the
that could
winner
be
of each
fun.
1v1 moves on to the next stage. And the winner of all the 1v1s gets like a, you know, point boost or whatever. It's an interesting mode that could be enabled. I like that.
That isn't what exactly I had in mind. I was thinking of what the official tournament format would be if I were to host a tournament, because you know there's free-for-all, duos, war.
Yeah, if you did like a full-on free-for-all tournament, I don't know how people would feel about that because
Watson,
of
what?
the, you know, like the chance that your army just gets split by a Warcraft AI. Some people will feel kind of like
Be right back. I
robbed.
gotta put away
I don't
some
know.
food real quick, but I'll be on right after this.
What would be your format for an actual, like, let's say there was money, even if it was a small prize pool tournament? How would you format it?
I'm thinking
Like, let's